June, 1488. The thunder of hooves echoed across the fields near Stirling. A king rode to war, not against a foreign invader, but against his own blood. The Battle of Sauchieburn was more than a fight for power. It was the death of one age and the birth of another. King James III of Scotland had ruled for nearly 3 decades, a man of vision, but also of isolation. He loved art, architecture, and music more than war or politics. Yet his nobles grew restless. They saw him as distant, suspicious, and unwilling to lead them in glory or battle. One by one, Scotland's great lords turned against their king, and in a cruel twist of fate, they placed their hopes in his own son, Prince James. Barely 16 years old, the young prince became the figurehead of rebellion. The nobles claimed they were acting in his name, to save the crown from the father who had lost touch with his realm. But beneath the banners of loyalty, the air reeked of ambition. Near the Bannock Burn, the same river that once carried the roar of Robert the Bruce's victory, father and son's armies met at Sauchieburn. The battle was swift and chaotic. James III's forces, though royal in name, were outnumbered and disorganized. As the tide turned, the king fled the field, seeking safety near the village of Bannockburn. There, wounded and alone, he was struck down, his life ending not in triumph, but in tragedy. The victors hailed the young prince as King James IV, but the new monarch would never escape the shadow of that day. He wore an iron chain beneath his clothes, a penance for his father's death, a daily reminder of the blood that had bought his crown. Under James IV, Scotland would rise again into an age of learning, art, and diplomacy. He would become one of the most beloved kings in Scottish history. But his story began in sorrow, born from the battlefield where father fell to son. Sauchieburn was not just a battle, it was a reckoning. The end of the medieval Scotland of kings and castles, and the dawn of a new age, the Renaissance in the North. If this story of betrayal, guilt, and rebirth moved you, drop a comment and follow, because Scotland's greatest kings were often forged in tragedy.